What's up, guys? Spenny. Less than 2 weeks ago, a generational leader and voice for the movement of America First was gunned down by a far left-wing radical who has a trans furry boyfriend who wrote on his bullets that he wanted to kill Charlie Kirk. Antifa messaging, far left-wing LGBT messaging, and some messages that had to do with memes for furries. As a matter of fact. The point is that that's happened before, actually. A few weeks before that, a Minneapolis school shooter, also transgender, decided to inscribe on his bullets and on his tactical gear, "Where is your God?" A bunch of anti-Trump messaging, a bunch of anti-Christian messaging. It's all over his social media. The motive is unknown. So there's two far left-wing psychotic activists who are inscribing left-wing iconography in the bullets and tactical gear that they're using to murder conservatives and Christians. Oh, add 3 to that, because as of this morning, according to the director of the FBI, in a slaughter at a ICE facility, 7 a.m. local time in Dallas, an individual fired multiple rounds at a Texas ICE facility, killing one, wounding several others before taking his own life. FBI, DHS, and ATF are on the ground. While the investigation is ongoing, the initial review of evidence shows that an ideological motive behind the attack. See photo below. One of the unspent shell casings recovered was engraved with the phrase anti-ICE. More updates forthcoming. These despicable, politically motivated attacks on law enforcement are not one-off. We are only miles from Prairieland, Texas, where 2 months ago, an individual ambushed a separate ICE facility targeting their officers. It has to end, and the FBI and our partners will lead the investigation to see that those who target our law enforcement are pursued to the fullest extent of justice. Thankfully, no law enforcement personnel were injured. Please pray for the injured and deceased. This complete and total jackass, his name's Joshua John. This is a prior mugshot, so an arrest record. Was a degenerate gamer who ended up killing criminal aliens, actually, shooting criminal aliens who were being transferred into the facility. At what time, at what point do we start taking all of this seriously? You know, the left tells us who they are. When somebody tells you who they are, it is up to us to believe them. If we don't believe them, then we're the stupid ones. And the left is constantly now telling us, begging us to understand that they are a terrorist movement. There is a militant fraction of them. A non-de minimis militant fraction of the left that is a terrorist movement. This is what happens when left-wing terrorists believe that their side will excuse and laugh about even praise whatever these terrorists do. This is what happens when people like Kimmel and Colbert and Newsom target Christians and conservatives and ICE agents, knowing their deranged followers will do just this. Jimmy Kimmel last night didn't apologize for blaming Charlie Kirk's assassination on MAGA. Gavin Newsom, just a couple hours ago, was out calling ICE Gestapo, authoritarian, tyrants, putting a target on their backs for psychotic left-wing activists like this. Right on cue, another leftist assassin climbed on a rooftop and tried to murder a bunch of ICE agents. He left messages on the bullets, just like Charlie Kirk's killer. Left-wing assassins are now doing copycat killings, knowing that their friends in the media, like Kimmel and Colbert, will cover for them. Democrats have more blood on their hands today. Feckless governor went on a comedy television show last night ranting about ICE agents, spewing unhinged rage and vitriol. Early this morning, a madman perched himself in the shadows and took innocent lives at an ICE facility. Ladies and gentlemen, the FBI has confirmed again that there was anti-ICE left-wing coded iconography on the bullets. Those bullets were intended to murder ICE officials. Dallas sniper had anti-ICE messages written on the ammo. You can see again right here, anti-ICE. CNN still wondering what the motive is. What could the motive possibly be? Murdered some people. Early evidence that we've seen from the rounds were found near the suspect's shooter contains messages of anti-ICE nature. They're the most recent example of this type of attack. Coward went and killed himself as well. Sickening. The FBI is saying the shooter's rounds had anti-ICE messaging on them. The pattern is impossible to ignore now. Something dark and evil is happening and needs to be stopped with full and total force. Matt Walsh saying President Trump should declare a national emergency due to the rampant, out of control left-wing violence. Law enforcement found rounds next to the shooter that had left-wing violent iconography carved into them. This is number 3 in what is it? 1 month. 1 month, 3 copycat killings, left-wing iconography carved into the tactical gear or bullets that were intended for children or Charlie Kirk or federal agents. Left-wing violence is a national emergency. We cannot go a week without multiple left-wing terror attacks. The entire force of the federal government must be used to ruthlessly subdue and crush the terrorist threat. This cannot continue. We cannot live this way. This is Matt Walsh. This is the size of both. This is the kind of both sidesism BS that gets us here, by the way. Jimmy Kimmel's non-apology. Jimmy Kimmel refusing to accept that the left is committing these attacks, refusing to apologize, refusing to talk about the problem. Hillary Clinton doing the same thing. Most of the violent rhetoric is coming from the right. People who want to dominate want their point of view. We have to stop the finger pointing and scapegoating. The both sides of the argument is total and complete bull. Left-wing Americans believe that political violence is justified by a pretty significant minority. Nearly 30% of liberals believe that political violence is justified if they are under 44 years old. They want political violence. Look at this. The truth. Here's what statistics on political violence from the Justice Department's latest Unified Crime Report. They don't ever want you to see this chart. This is what the combined violence rates by party look like. You are nearly 100% more likely to have left-wing political violence than right-wing political violence in this country. Since 1975, over 1,000 deadly left-wing political attacks. Whatever is considered right-wing political attacks, 300. 4 times more likely. Enough. Enough of the both sidesism. Enough. Crack down now on left-wing violence. This is a national emergency. Pray for the people here in Dallas. Apparently there's a bunch of individuals in critical condition right now. More left-wing violence. When will it end? Well, it'll end when our Republican leadership and law enforcement get serious about it, about ending it. And that should be now. It should have been yesterday, but it can be now. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Pray for all the victims of left-wing violence.